Hi, Zobo975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox. And today you're watching piracy done by a Mamba. Now, a Mamba is not a normal pirate ship. I don't use a Mamba. All the footage in today's video is provided by Star Uno. He's been using a Mamba for piracy for a while, and Polo has switched to a Mamba for piracy. They're both swearing to me it's a really, really good ship. It makes sense. It's incredibly fast. It's a wonderfully fast ship. It's got a lot of utility slots, so you can probably afford a manifest scanner without losing too much shields. Internals wise, it hasn't got the greatest amount, but you can probably get away with a small cargo hold and hatch breakers and collectors, because you don't need a lot. And the great thing about a Mamba is it can outrun a lot of the lawful types that will come after you quite comfortably. And yeah, you can also stock it with a lot of missiles. It's got some great benefits. Star Uno is the person who came up with using a Mamba for piracy and was the first to adopt it, and it is catching on amongst the Dark Marauders. The interesting thing is, people aren't going to be able to tell if we're a combat wing or a wing of pirate ships, because quite often we use Mambas in combat. We're very known for horrible Mamba builds, a lot of phasing, a lot of missiles. You know, if we get into a wing fight, we're likely to be bringing a lot of horrible stuff like that to the wing fight, if we're organised. If we're disorganised, we're bringing a load of pirate rubbish and, you know, having a bit of fun. But it just depends on how organised we are before the fight breaks out. As the Star Uno, he actually has his own YouTube channel. So I would say at this point, if you want to go check out his channel, I'll link it in the description down below. Please go check it out. Please consider subscribing. Star pumps out a decent amount of content. It's always fun stuff and maybe worth checking out. He always gives a slightly different perspective on things to me. Now, I currently use a Cobra Mark IV, Crate Phantom and an Orca as my pirate ships, so I may well adopt the Mamba as a pirate ship in the future. It is interesting. I'm also considering doing a Clipper again. I do love the Clipper. The engine noise is really cool, and even though it's worse in every way, shape or form to the Mamba, it always tempts me because it's such a fun, leery ship. And it does look cool. It's undeniable, it looks cool. And you can have a lot of fun in a Clipper because it has a great combination of speed and silliness. But the Mamba, from a pragmatic point of view, it's got the right number of utility slots, a decent number of internals that you can make a good mugger. Weapon wise, you're not going to be short of weaponry, and you've got plenty of space for missile racks, which are crucial to piracy for taking out drives and being a threat to take out drives. We look to not do stuff to kill people, so using missiles to take away drives is usually very decent, and having some pulses, some low powered weapons they can just chip away and take down a trader's shields are very useful. Here you can see the advantage. He's able to type messages while being attacked, not with any fear of his shields being harmed, because he's got so much shield strength, and he can easily then just boost away from his enemy. Not a worry. You know, you're not in much danger in this thing, which is great. Look how quickly he gets himself out of a situation. Me and my Cobra Mark IV, I'd be heading back to my ship now to repair after being attacked by that guy. Even my Crate Phantom, with its byways, might struggle to get away before I take hull damage, you know. But in the Mamba, you can easily get away. You've got plenty of shields, so you can easily just camp for pips, give you the time to get away. This is always the meanest bit of piracy. This is one we do it. We always do it. You know, we're not going to not steal the meta alloy. We are, after all, pirates. I was saying, Unforgiven Saint has actually got a really clever business model, because he's got one of the carriers parked in Desiat that sells meta alloys, and one of the things that he spends a lot of time doing is killing people on the way to Farseer who are carrying their meta alloys. So then he can direct them to his carrier, so he kills them, creating business for his shop on his carrier. Now that's a shrewd business model. And we help him out because we quite often go down to Desiat and rob people of their 1 ton of meta alloys. So, you know, the work and amount of stuff we go through to get that 1 ton is always something that makes me laugh. People do get so annoyed about it, but we're pirates. We steal cargo. We take 1 ton as a success. It's just the way we are. But yeah, this, like I say, is one of the more intriguing pirate builds. It looks like a really odd choice, given it's not a cargo ship, given it doesn't have the most utility, internal slots. Great on utilities, not much on the internals, but you can make it work. And given its speed and shields, it makes for a really tough pirate ship. This one definitely for PvP piracy. If you're doing PvE piracy, I would still recommend the cutter or an anaconda, just because you have the shields to tank the NPC shooting you while you collect all those low temperature diamonds that you get. For those of you who didn't know, you can still do low temperature diamond piracy in systems like Frog. There's still some systems that work. Frog is the one I use, but basically you just look for NPCs carrying mining lasers, and they're likely to be holding low temperature diamonds, and you rob them. Also, private couriers are good to rob. You often get them at capital systems, or generally at CGs you tend to get them spawn a lot as well. There's a decent amount of systems throughout space that spawn private couriers, and those private couriers are always stocked with girls with decent stuff. I don't tend to attack the ones that have 2-point defenses, just because they're too much of a pain in the arse, but the ones that have 1-point defense, I'm quite happy to rob them. That's where pack hounds really come in handy, for overwhelming point defenses and taking them out. But Starro, is always trying to think of new ways and new ship builds. He is one of the Dark Marauders ship build boffins, and it is great that he's come up with a viable pirate ship that's really, really useful. And the amount of times that we've been fighting recently, and I've been in my combat mamba while he's been in his pirate mamba, and he's outputting as much damage as I am. He's a little bit squishier than I am, but in terms of damage output, exactly the same. In terms of speed, he's actually faster, and he's still very durable with those shields. So it is a build that can be multi-role. It can put up a decent fight if the PvPers turn up. You aren't gonna, you're not gonna hold your own against the PvP ship fully, but if you get someone who's non-compliant, who's not in a decent grade 5 combat build, you can definitely give them a good run for their money. And if you come up against the grade 5 engineered FDL, you've got plenty of time to escape and plenty of speed to escape with. So all in all, this is a really, really good pirate ship. Will I be building one? I don't know. I have 3 Mambas as it is. I have my Ramba, which you will know about. I have my annoying phasing Mamba, which is nearly as strong as my Ramba, not quite as heavy and faster. And then I have my super lightweight silly Mamba, which goes 630 odd. That's the one I might convert into a pirate ship. But like I say, I am more tempted to do a clipper. I'm having fun pirating in luxury and style in the Orca, but I really want to get a clipper on the go again. And it's not good enough to be a combat ship, but it is fun and silly enough to be a pirate ship. And yeah, I feel that's the niche that I'm going to fill with it. Have a bit of fun, do a bit of piracy in something that's leery and silly. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and feel free to check out Star's channel, link in the description below.